We are live from M5. I am Cam. We're here with
Joshua LaFever.
So I heard that you're a musician. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've been playing the piano for about 7 to 9 years. I've lost track. And then about 8th grade, so 3 or 4 years ago, I picked up guitar. And then I started to pick up drums, bass, and then I started doing singing.
You've been playing piano for a long time. How'd you start doing piano?
Well, my grandpa was always into music. I was living with my grandparents at the time. And my aunt from across the country, she ended up just sending me this keyboard. And I was like, oh, I don't want to feel bad. And so I started learning it.
So are you self-taught then, or did you take classes?
I'm self-taught.
How did you teach yourself to play such a complicated instrument?
I would just find songs I like at the time, and then I would kind of just mess around with it until it sounded right. I know for sure I played it wrong at the time, being a kid, but that is kind of what I did.
What type of music do you usually play?
Now it's like rock and metal, but when I just did piano, I'm not even sure whatever, at the time, what my parents would listen to, and then I would just kind of pick up from that.
Are you part of the RHS band?
I had to be pulled out, but I was for first semester, and I was last year as well.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. It was really fun. Made a lot of friends.
What'd you take away from RHS band?
I'm not sure. Maybe might sound basic, just believe in yourself, and even if you think you can't play something, just keep trying. Maybe take it home and try to learn it on your off time.
What type of music and bands do you play in specific?
Really into Avenged Sevenfold. I like Slipknot, Metallica, all those kind of, System of a Down and those kind of bands.
Do you publish or upload any of the music you make?
I used to record videos a while ago. They weren't the greatest because I didn't have that great gear, so it sounded really bad. But yeah, I would publish not my own songs. I would just do a bunch of covers, kind of just upload them and see how where they went.
Did any of them do well?
Yeah, I had some. Not for a while. It was just, my friends always there supporting me and giving me ideas on what to do.
So you have something prepared, actually.
I do, yes.
Shall we play that?
Yeah.
Just give us a minute. Was really good. Can you tell me about it?
So that is from the verse to the chorus of a song called Save Me from Avenged Sevenfold. I did not have time to do the vocals. It was a little short notice. So other than that, yeah, that's what it was.
Sorry about that.
No
What
worries.
instruments did you play in that? I heard a lot of things.
Guitar, bass, and drums.
How do you like put together a song?
So I always start with the drums. I have my kit in the garage. I have this 8-mic interface, and along with that, 8 microphones all plugged into it. You take all of that, you plug it into, I have a Mac with Logic Pro, and so you plug that in and you get 8 separate tracks of all the different drums, like separately, so you know, the snare, the kick, and the overhead mics and the toms and whatnot. So I always start with the drums if possible, if it's not late at night. And then I will move on to the bass. So then you have that kind of foundation. And then from there, you would add guitars, do the rhythm. If there's any lead, do the lead after that. And then if there is in that song, do the vocals.
Do you like memorize the parts of songs, or do you have a music sheet up?
I usually memorize it, yeah.
Why'd you choose Save Me?
I love the song. It's off one of my favorite albums. I would have done the whole song, but totals to about 11 minutes. So
Wow. How often do you listen to the full thing?
Every time it comes on. Never skipped it once.
Wow, 11 minutes. It's like 3 songs.
Yeah.
Would you ever like record the full like 11-minute song? Or is that too much?
I got through some of it, actually. I had a project started that I decided I was going to start late at night. I think I just did the guitars, and that was kind of as far as I got there. So maybe I'll go back and redo it at some point. But yes, I would like to do the full song at some point.
Do you play any other genres other than like rock and metal?
I only have a preference towards rock and metal. I honestly do not mind genre. I would play anything.
Out of what's your favorite instrument to play?
Guitar, definitely.
Oh, why guitar?
It feels right to me. I don't know what it is. My grandpa was a guitarist, so I did grow up around, him playing, and he had this little studio out back that they built, kind of connected to the garage, and you'd always hear him. He'd have it, blasted way up loud, so you'd always hear it, and so it's kind of just something I grew up around. It definitely reminds me of him a lot.
Do you ever try to teach you anything?
When I was really young, yeah. But when I picked up guitar, we had moved away by that point. So he showed me a couple things here and there when I went down to visit, but other than that, only when I was like 5.
Does he also like metal?
He wasn't the biggest fan of metal. He kind of liked your classic rock, like AC/DC or like Leonard Skinner or, the classic bands.
Have you ever done like a live show in front of an audience?
In 8th grade, me and my friend, we played at a rally. Later that year, for graduation, or for like middle school graduation, I played the national anthem on guitar. And then I want to say it was last year, right before Christmas break or winter break. Me and 2 other people, we played in the small gym.
How do you prepare for something like that?
You kind of just play a lot. You play it a lot because you tell yourself, oh, there's going to be a lot of people and it's going to be really nerve-wracking. But I think the one thing you can do to prepare for it is to just do it over and over again until it's just like locked into your muscle memory.
How do you come up with a set list?
We kind of just rally songs that we like from bands we like mutually. And we're like, yeah, that's kind of it. We'll just do those songs.
How did those shows go? Were people positive about it?
Yeah, I think they were pretty positive. The 8th grade ones were a little iffy. It was not super long after I started. I think for what it was at the time, I think it went really good. And the one last year was definitely a lot better. Got a lot of positive comments after that.
Did you get any negative comments?
Not to my face.
That's good. I'm glad.
So I'm going to assume no.
What do you mean by iffy for the 8th grade one?
Well, for the 8th grade one, it was right coming back from spring or winter break, so that would have been like January. and I'd only started playing a couple months beforehand. I picked it up pretty fast, so I was a little, I guess, well, I practiced a lot. So I think for only having 4 or 5 months experience, I think it was good. But other than that, we had no gear. So I had this really tiny amp that you couldn't hear over the drums. So it was kind of like what I mean by iffy. You just couldn't really hear me at all.
Do you still play with these people?
I do not.
Why's that?
We stopped hanging out so much. I don't have any issues with these people. We still talk. We started hanging out with different people, so we started talking less, and then rehearsals didn't happen.
What are your plans for the future?
I think my number one goal is possibly an album. I do write my own music. Kind of slowed down, but it's getting there.
What are your ideas for the album?
I don't really have any specific ideas, and to be honest, for most of them, they either, 1, don't have a name, or 2, don't have any lyrics. What I'm mostly good with is the instruments, but the whole lyrical part of it, when it comes to the words, I am not really sure what to, write down or say. I think I have one song that has like a full set of lyrics out of God knows how many.
Do you also enjoy singing?
Yeah, I do. It's the shower activity. Other than that, I don't play acoustic guitar as much, but, sometimes I'll be in my room and I'll play an acoustic song and sing along with it, and I find that fun. I like to do that.
Is acoustic and electric different to play, or is it just kind of the same thing, just different sound?
They definitely feel different, since electric guitar is like kind of more like nickel strings, or like nickel wound, and like an acoustic guitar is like steel strings. So like, an acoustic will hurt your fingers a lot more than being used to playing on an electric would.
Oh, I found this surprising. You'd think that electric would be like harder in terms of strings.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Yes, of course. Thank you.